Back is stiffing up. Jesus. Getting old. Yeah, exactly. Jesus. Yeah, no, it's the 18th annual, and we're thrilled. We're excited. I feel very fortunate, very that I can continue this year in, year out. 18 years is a short period of time to what we want to accomplish in the long run, So as long as we can do this, as long as we can continue giving back, I'm gonna do so, because it's everything we can do for families, for kids, for whether they're going to the Oscar de la Hoya high school, whether women are getting free mammograms, or we're giving scholarships away, or even food away in Thanksgiving, giving toys away for Christmas. All that counts, And so, I mean, you're making a kid's life just a little bit better, happier, or putting a smile on their face, or for one day. It all counts. So, and it's all because we can put together these types of events and raise money and give it all away.
This has been all across some of your celebrity friends. How special is it for you to know that they give you so much support?
Well, it's awesome. I mean, look, we've known each other for a long time. I mean, over the years, I've gotten to know tons and tons of people. I mean, like Michael here, and George Lopez, and Cedric, who will be here as well, and Don Cheadle, he'll be here, and Andy Garcia, and my good friend Fernando Valenzuela, the great Dodger player. So I mean, it's all pretty cool.
I really appreciate it. It's always great to see you.
What up, dog?
How you doing today?
What up, champ? Oh, good, man.
Why was it so important for you to come out and support this event?
Well, again, Oscar, he's been just such a staple in this LA community, and so I know that he had been doing the foundation for a while, and he did this golf tournament many years, took a break, and so when he got inspired to do it again, it made sense to come out here today. We were all together at George's, and then at Sugar Ray Leonard's foundation, and I saw him. I was sitting next to him. He was like, "Man, I'm doing my tournament." He told me today. We were all in Cabo. I could have been on vacation, but Oscar, I came back for you, man.
How special is it to see a local LA kid, give back to his community?
I mean, that's what's really important. I mean, a lot of times when people take like large metropolitan areas, you think that somebody else has it. Somebody else is going to take care of it. Somebody else will do the job. But Oscar has a story that where he came from here, he came up, made something of himself, and not only just in his business, but beyond his business when he became a promoter and a businessman. These are the kind of things that the young people need to see, those kind of images, and the fact that it's not about just self-preservation, that he uses his platform, his celebrity, to be able to help others out, and that's what it's all about.
Canelo, go gluten-free, Vato. Let's get this thing going here. Vegetarian coming.
George, tell us about being part of the 18th annual Oscar de la Foundation Golf Classic.
Oscar is a great champion, one of the best fighters ever. But then, he's been doing this for a long, long time and raised a lot of money. And, unfortunately, how he lost his mother from cancer. And, Oscar's opened a school and has helped a lot of people. And, aside from being one of my closest friends, it's always an honor to come here and stand. It's time to change that logo. It's front of that logo for the last 18 years.
How special is it for a local LA kid to come back and get back to his community?
Well, I mean, when Oscar was fighting in the Olympics, we were all younger, so we were idols of his. So to be friends with your idol is a good thing. And knowing that he's from East LA and people said he wasn't Mexican enough. Listen, if there's a Mexican giving away money, he's more than Mexican enough, because almost más codos, he's right here. Eh? You know how bad Oscar is? Oscar's going to take all the botes from Tecate and go recycle them this afternoon in Sun Valley.
What's your favorite Oscar fight?
Oh, man. Wow. That's a...
You were there for a lot of them.
I was there for Mayweather. He had Mayweather. Trinidad was one that he had. Man, there's some really good ones, man. I don't know. I think the one that you look at was... when Fernando Vargas talks so much about Oscar, and Oscar, it's the old days when you would make somebody pay for disrespecting you. That's boxing, huh? And romance, not anymore. Continue.
Why was it so important for you to come out and support Oscar?
because Oscar is, you know, supporting the community, and we want to do what we can to be here for him in these situations. And it's always an easy time to come out and play golf and raise awareness and raise money at the same time. So that's what we're about.
Were you a boxing fan growing up? And did you see Oscar De La Hoya fight?
Yeah, I saw Oscar fight. I saw Oscar fight live. Saw him fight a lot. Yeah.
And final question: what are you expecting from today besides just golf and just, you know, this is for the foundations?
You know, it's good fun. It's always, like I said, it's always good to come to these things, and there are people that we get to see often, and sometimes people we don't get to see very often at all. So it's nice to come here and have reunions for some of us and meet new people, but all in support of a good cause. That's the most important thing.
How special is to see just a local kid from Los Angeles get back to his community?
That's it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think he's 100, and he's been that way. This is the 18th year of this tournament, so he's someone who has put his quote-unquote money where his mouth is, and he's shown up when he's been asked to, and that's important. Thank you.
I won one time. That's it. Oh, the first year. No, the first one.
When we were at Cedric, dude. We won that year, dude. Look at this guy's too humble, bro. Oh, I did win. Árale. What's up, my boy?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good, man. Good.
This is my second time seeing you in this event.
This is my third time here, dude. So you're right. Yeah.
Why is it so important for you to come support this stuff that you do, support your boy Oscar De La Hoya?
Well, I mean, I was you know, talking about it earlier, and there's like just the fact that he's given to the kids. You know what I mean? Given, like, I just heard that he's going to give out 5 scholarships. You know, my high school, when I went to a prep school first, like I got a partial scholarship to go as well. And that stuff means a lot, man. You know what I mean? It kind of, like, you know, just the feeling of support definitely means something to kids, man. And I'm like, especially now that I got a 9-year-old, I'm like, I want to help as much as possible. So, you know, like nowadays, I'm like, I try to show up to as many charity events as possible. But also, it's golf, you know? So it's easy, you know, and I love golf.
Growing up, did you ever imagine that you would come to a charity play with the great Oscar De La Hoya?
No. To be honest with you, I thought I was going to be working at a bank because I used to work at the Board of Trade in Chicago, and I was going to go to business school in DePaul, and to be honest, I had no idea that this was where my life would lead or end up. I really thought that I was going to be in business and finance. How crazy is that?
How fun is it? I mean, just talk to us about this third year here. So, I mean, you already know the ins and outs. So what are you expecting this year?
Well, you know what? I'm like, it's a great golf course, man. Lakeside, you know, it's got great people here, and it's just fun to be here. But you do want to be on your A game, you know what I mean? You want to, and I'm not on my A game, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to scramble. But Oscar gets, I think I'm paired up with him, man. He gets pretty competitive, dude. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you just do well and you show up, and then, you know, you're fighting for it even till the 18th green.